You're watching TAG TV.
Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Gatasha Sharma. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Friday, the 16th of March. Indian Prime Minister inaugurates 105th Science Congress in northeastern Imphal city. Anti-Pakistan protest held by Sindhi activists outside UN office in Geneva. And Taliban has not achieved their strategic objective, says NATO chief. And now for all the details. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday inaugurated the 105th session of Indian Science Congress in northeastern Imphal city. While addressing the event, he urged scientists to work and research for development of the nation.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday inaugurated the 105th session of the Indian Science Congress at Manipur University in northeastern Imphal city. Imphal is the second city in the northeast to host this prestigious event. Prime Minister hailed this as a testimony to the resurgent spirit of the northeast. During his address, Prime Minister Modi listed out the science initiatives launched recently for the northeast region. He urged scientists to give 100 hours every year to 100 students to fuel scientific temperament amongst the youth.
Thank you, sir. The time is ripe to redefine R&D as research for the development of the nation, that is R&D in the real sense.
Later in the day, Prime Minister Modi laid foundation stone of various projects including the National Sports University at a multi-sports complex in Imphal. The Prime Minister said his government has put added emphasis on the development of the northeast region since it has been in office. He said several infrastructure and development boosting works have been started and completed during his tenure and more are being added to the list.
Security forces gunned down 2 militants in a gunfight which broke out after a failed bid to snatch the weapon of the personal security guard of a politician in India's Jammu and Kashmir province on Thursday. The identity and group affiliation of the slain terrorist was not immediately known.
Two militants were killed in a gunfight with security forces in India's Jammu and Kashmir province after they attempted to snatch the weapon of a politician's personal security guard, confirmed an army official on Friday. The incident took place in Balhama village of Pulwama district on Thursday when the militants tried to disarm Bilal Ahmed and 2 other people guarding politician Anwar Khan and fired at them. Ahmed was injured in his leg in the incident while Khan escaped unhurt.
उनके पीएसओ पे फायर आया. हमारी एक पार्टी वहाँ पर कॉन्वॉय को एस्कॉर्ट कर रही थी. उसने देखा, उसने पीछा किया और ये 2 टेररिस्ट को एक घर में घेर लिया. उसके बाद हमारी और नफरी ने उसको घेर के इन 2 टेररिस्ट को न्यूट्रलाइज कर दिया. टेररिस्ट हेविली आर्म थे. उनके पास AK सीरीज के हथियार मिले हैं और मैगजीन मिली है और काफ़ी तादाद में उन्होंने ग्रेनेड का इस्तेमाल भी किया है उन्होंने.
The identity and group affiliation of the slain terrorist was immediately not known. India blames Pakistan of regularly training and assisting armed militants to infiltrate the Indian borders and spread unrest in the Kashmir Valley. Pakistan denies the allegations.
In news from Pakistan, former Panama case Joint Investigation Team or JIT head Wajid Zia on Friday recorded his statement in a corruption reference against Pakistan's ousted Premier Nawaz Sharif and his family. Sharif appeared in court along with his daughter Maryam and son-in-law retired Captain Mohammad Safdar as the hearing went underway. During the proceedings, Zia also presented several documents related to the corruption case from the JIT report. An accountability court has been hearing 3 corruption references against Sharif and his family for owning assets beyond known sources of income. The references were filed by the National Accountability Bureau or NAB in light of the Supreme Court's July 28 verdict in the Panama Papers case. The NAB has recently filed supplementary references in all three cases as well. The next hearing in the case is scheduled to be held on March 20. Moving on, an anti-Pakistan protest was held by Sindhi activists in Geneva against gross human rights violation by Pakistani forces in Sindh. The protesters highlighted the extrajudicial killings of political and human rights defenders have become a norm by Pakistani security agencies, which are operating with impunity.
The World Sindhi Congress on Thursday organized a protest in Geneva against enforced disappearances and extrajudicial killings in Sindh by Pakistani forces. Amid heavy rains, the protesters shouted anti-Pakistan slogans at the Broken Chair during the ongoing 37th session of the United Nations Human Rights Council in Geneva. The protesters demanded the United Nations to intervene in Sindh, where the political leaders are being targeted and forced conversion of minorities is rampant.
They are abducting political activists, human rights activists, civil society activists, and even when they can't find them, they abduct their children and their women. So it is really sad, and that's the reason that we are here. It's raining, it is cold.
Sindhi activists blame the Pakistani army and intelligence agencies for enforced disappearances and extrajudicial killings of innocent people in Sindh. Human rights defenders say Pakistani forces operate with impunity in the region and any attempt to highlight the situation is muzzled.
In news from Afghanistan, NATO Secretary General on Thursday said terror group Taliban has not been able to achieve their strategic objective in Afghanistan. While presenting NATO's annual report for 2017, he also highlighted that Afghan security forces have increased military pressure on the group in the last year.
NATO's Secretary-General Jens Stoltenberg, while presenting his annual report on Thursday, said terror group Taliban has not been able to achieve their strategic objective in Afghanistan. The Secretary-General also highlighted that Afghan security forces have increased military pressure on the group in the last year. He also said NATO supports an Afghan-led and Afghan-owned peace process and termed the Afghan government's peace offer to the Taliban a clear invitation to the group.
We have decided to increase the size of our rescue support training mission from 13,000 to around 16,000. With our assistance, Afghan forces have increased military pressure on the Taliban, ensuring they did not achieve their strategic objective of capturing a provincial capital in 2017.
Stoltenberg even called on Taliban to come to the negotiating table to end the conflict in Afghanistan. He also commended Afghan President Ashraf Ghani for his courageous leadership and appreciated his recent offer to the Taliban for peace.
More on news from Afghanistan. Afghanistan's former Vice President MOHAMMAD YOUNUS QANOONI has said that a possible handover of some parts of the country to the terror group Taliban means the disintegration of Afghanistan. The remark by the former leader came in response to the rumors about handing over a province to Taliban as part of government's peace offer to the group.
Former Afghan Vice President MOHAMMAD YOUNUS QANOONI has said that a possible handover of some parts of the country to the terror group Taliban means the disintegration of Afghanistan. This remark by QANOONI comes at a time when there are rumors about handing over a province to the Taliban as part of government's peace offer to the group in the country. While attending a ceremony on the 7th death anniversary of a former Kunduz police chief, QANOONI said such a move will indicate the success of a conspiracy that the enemies of Afghanistan have been looking for over the years. The presidential palace has dismissed the rumors about handing over a province to the Taliban. Previously, Gulbuddin Hekmatyar, leader of Hizb-e-Islami, suggested the handover of some regions to the Taliban as safe zones. Hekmatyar even claimed that President Ashraf Ghani had also agreed with this proposal.
In a bid to curtail the consumption of plastic bags, the management committee of the holiest Sikh Shrine Golden Temple in India's northern Amritsar city is introducing eco-friendly polybags made of starch granules. The composable bags will be replaced from April 1.
In an attempt to curtail the consumption of plastic bags in the holy Amritsar city of India's northern Punjab province, Shiromani Gurdwara Prabandhak Committee and Punjab Pollution Control Board introduced eco-friendly polybags made of starch on Thursday. From April 1, the holiest Sikh Shrine Golden Temple will replace the use of plastic carry bags with compostable ones to make its contribution to curb pollution.
1 ਅਪ੍ਰੈਲ ਤੋਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਦਰਬਾਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿਤੇ ਪਲਾਸਟਿਕ ਦੇ ਕੈਰੀ ਬੈਗਸ ਯੂਜ਼ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, ਚਾਹੇ ਪਿੰਨੀ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਦ ਚ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋਣ ਜਾਂ ਉਹ ਬਾਅਦ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਜੁੜੀ ਦੇ ਤੋਂ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋਣ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਬੰਦ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਜਾਏਗਾ ਤੇ ਉਹਦੀ ਥਾਂ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਕੰਪੋਸਟੇਬਲ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੈਗਸ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ.
These eco-friendly bags are made of starch granules, extract from maize, potato and other compostable things. Despite the government's ban on the manufacture, sale and use of plastic bags, the supply and usage of these could not be controlled due to huge demand. As per reports, around 260 quintal plastic bags are used every year. Often plastic bags causes a clogging of the underground drainage system, offering a prime breeding ground for harmful bacteria and diseases.
The population of endangered snow leopards in India's northern Himachal Pradesh province has increased significantly. The Wildlife Wing of Himachal Pradesh Forest Department has spotted a significant rise in the number of snow leopards in the recent times.
The population of endangered snow leopards in India's northern Himachal Pradesh province has increased significantly. As per the wildlife officials, the cause of a surge in the population of endangered snow leopards is due to the prey base and comfort of habitat available to them.
Snow leopard is an endangered species, and as you know, snow leopard is our state animal. But Forest Department and Wildlife Wing in Himachal Pradesh is making very concerted efforts in snow leopard landscape to manage its habitat in a scientific way. That's why, due to increase in prey base in recent years, the number of snow leopards has increased significantly.
Himachal Pradesh government has taken steps to protect blue sheep and wild goats, which comprise the prey base of snow leopards, to ensure their survival. The species is listed as vulnerable on the International Union for Conservation of Nature Red List of Threatened Species.
Blacks and florals ruled the ramp as Ace Indian designers showcased their collections on Thursday, the second day of Amazon Fashion Week in New Delhi. The 5-day fashion week will see almost 100 designers showcasing their collections. Well, that's all we have for you from South Asia this evening. Now our viewers can watch the show on southasianewsline.com. You can also visit us on facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time next week. Have a great weekend. Good night.